What is going on, people? Day number 4 of the 31 Days Half October series that I'm doing on my YouTube. For those of you who don't know what this is, it's where I'm going to do 31 horror movie reviews in 31 days for the entire month of October. And of course, you know, it's if you haven't seen my 2 other years of it, I try to stick to independent movies, a little lower budget, a little lesser known kind of deal, because I'm sure people are looking for new horror movies to watch around this time. So I do it more independent titles. There's a whole bunch of other people that do it. Check their stuff out as well. You'll maybe find some movies you've never heard of before, or movies you might not have checked out around this time before. Anyway, let me get into it. Today's day number 4. And the thing that I do a little bit different than everybody else as well, not only do I do more indie titles, but I try to do them in alphabetical order. So, today is the letter C. And if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, I'm reviewing the movie called Crucifixion. The first 2 movies I reviewed, well, the first day I did a horror haul, and the last 2 days I've done more horror comedy movies. I did another Wolf Cop, and then yesterday I did Bloodfest. Today I go a little bit more sinister, a little bit more dark, and this right here is your typical, well, not typical because it's got a different plot line, but when you have those possession movies, they're pretty much, you know, the same thing. You get, you know, people getting possessed by a demon, a devil, and then it's people from, you know, religious people, like a priest or whatever, trying to, you know, fix them. Of course, the main one being The Exorcist. And, you know, films try to be The Exorcist, or maybe not try to be it, but you can't really beat that. That's like the end-all, be-all, I guess you want to call it. But there's certain movies that do come close, and I must say, this one definitely is one of the better possession movies, I guess you want to call it. It's directed by Xavier. It's written by Chad and Carey Hayes. It stars Sophie Cookson, Corneliu Ulici, and Ada Lupu. Probably horribly butchers those last 2 names, but I do try, among many others. Pretty much what this one is there's a reporter that gets wind of a story from Romania where a priest and a few nuns get jailed for what most people look at as murdering another nun. But their story is the nun was possessed and they were trying an exorcism that I guess went wrong. The nun died and now they're all in jail. Well, this reporter ends up going to Romania, getting, her paper or whatever it is to send her over there to get this story. And she, let's just say, isn't the most religious person, probably one of the further from it. I don't think she said she was an atheist, but she definitely doesn't believe in God and all that stuff. So when she goes over there, she's pretty much just, learning what the story is and what's going on and what happened. But she's going in it with a, jaded mind. I think her mother died or something, so that's pretty much what sent her away from the whole believing in God. So she ends up going there and tries to figure out what's going on and hears stories and meets people and all this stuff. Well, let's just say in the beginning she wasn't really believing it, but by the end of the movie, let's just say something might happen. And again, I don't want to, spill the beans, but most of the stories, some people will get possessed and stuff in it. I'll give you that. There is possession in it. But I must say that the story and the way it's shot and everything else, it definitely makes this one, maybe a little bit better than others I've seen. Again, the plot line is a little bit different, Usually it's the exorcism and stuff, and then the movie ends. Well, this happens. They have an exorcism. It kind of jumps back and forth through, flashbacks and stuff like that. But this is after the exorcism, and this is where one of the people did die from it. So I must say, I definitely enjoyed it. This might not, usually it's not my go-to genre, I guess you want to call it. Again, I'm more of the horror comedy, or I'm more of a slasher. So the whole religion and possession and stuff like that, ghost stories, and are more down on my list. But I did enjoy this one a whole lot. Again, if you're into this kind of genre, into the possession or ghostly type thing, this one I think will definitely be up your alley. It came out in 2017, so it came out last year, and it says it's from the creator of, or from the producer of Annabelle and the writers of The Conjuring. So it does have, a Conjuring feel to it, an updated and jumpy and stuff, because the Conjuring has its jumpy parts. Annabelle, not so much. Maybe the creation was a little bit better. I still haven't seen The Nun, so I can't tell you, how close to The Nun this might be, but it is a very entertaining possession type movie. So if you do get a chance and you're into stuff like this, definitely check out the Crucifixion. Also check out my other videos the last 2 days. Like I said, I did more of horror comedies. I did Bloodfest and another Wolf Cop, and then the first day was, I kind of cheated and just did a horror haul. So definitely check out the Crucifixion. Check out everybody else that's doing it right now. I know that the 13th Wolfman is doing his own 31 Days of Halloween. I know Super Retro Throwback is doing a sequel, like horror movie sequels for the whole month, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other people which I haven't been able to sit down and get the links, but eventually I will. And then all you would have to do is check the show notes, and I'll leave the links to their channel for their 31 days, whatever they're calling it. So hopefully you're enjoying this. Hopefully you've seen some movies you haven't heard of before, and kind of are pushing you towards checking those out, because again, around the Halloween time, I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to see newer titles, different movies that they've never heard of. So check out the Crucifixion. I'll leave the trailer and also where you can purchase it. And I guess until tomorrow, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you're ready for more scares and more movies to check out for this month. And I guess I'll see you. Be sure to check the show notes for everything I talk about, the different channels, and also my different social media. And I guess until tomorrow, I'll see you.